You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. We're here live on Sports Talk. I'm with my good buddy and my sideline reporter, Tom Kennedy.
Yep.
Tom, running for sheriff, man, we appreciate you taking the time. Come on Sports Talk. And, man, tell us a little bit about yourself and the race and everything.
I'm Tom Kennedy. Like Alan said, I'm one of the candidates for sheriff. Born and raised right here in Clinch County.
That's right.
Married to Emily Hanley Kennedy from Fargo. We've got 3 children, twin boys, Thomas and Taylor. They're 14 years old. We've got Ella Catherine. She's 10, going on about 30. But we raised our family right here in Homerville, and running for sheriff. And I've been the mayor for the past 6 years.
That's right.
I had to resign to run for sheriff. So I resigned 2 years into my 4-year term. So I was mayor for 6 years, and I was on the city council for 4. And then, as you know, I was on the rec park board for several years before I became on the city council.
That's right. Well, man, y'all had the debate last night.
Yep.
Up at the city hall, at the auditorium up there, man, and all the candidates, they asked all the candidates a question, but man, you were the only candidate that got asked a question, and I'm gonna start out with that question. And the question was, Tom, why do you think you're qualified to be sheriff of Clinch County? What makes you qualified?
Well, Alan, it's like I said last night, and the forum was great last night. The only problem is we only had a minute to answer the questions.
That's right.
So we had to cram everything in a minute. And but the main thing is I've been a leader of this community for the past 10 years just with the city. And then I was on the, like I said, I was on the rec park board before that. Being sheriff is not just about locking people up.
That's right.
It's about helping people. And that's what I want to do. That's what I realized that my passion was 10 years ago when I got on the city council. The best thing about being on the city council was helping people. It's not always the complaints or the politics of it. If it was just the politics of it, I wouldn't have done it.
That's right.
But it's about being able to be in a position to help people and be there for the community. And that's what I'm wanting to do. And that's why I can take my leadership skills to the sheriff's department, and I can make our sheriff's department, I feel like I can make our sheriff's department a better sheriff's department and more involved with our community because of my leadership experience.
That's right. Man.
We and being mayor, you also have to manage a budget.
That's right.
And that's a big part of running a sheriff's department. You got a budget you got to manage, but then you've also got to get creative with finding the revenues for the sheriff's department. As mayor, I oversaw the police department. So I had firsthand experience in looking at the management of it all. I was able to help oversee finding other grants. We had grants before that paid for actually salaries of the police department.
That's right.
We'd get a grant, and it might not be but for 2 or 3 years, but we could pay for a salary of add one more patrolman, and we'd get a grant for that. We got grants to pay for vehicles. We got grants to pay for bulletproof vests. $12,000 worth of vests cost us $1,200, pay 10%.
That's right.
So anytime you can find grants and you know how to get on the computers and just look for it, it's like finding them. You just got to find them, and you got to know where to look for them. And so I've got experience doing all of that, and that's part of what it takes to be a good sheriff, for Clinch County.
That's right, man. Looking back, as the mayor, when did it cross your mind that, man, one day I might want to be sheriff? Is that something that just come
10 years ago?
10 years
when
ago.
I first got on the city council. I saw early on the most influential department in Clinch County is the sheriff's department.
That's right.
Can be the sheriff's department. You have the ability to reach the most people with the sheriff's department, and in a good way. Not just reacting when something bad's happened, but be there when the communities are having a community day, when they're having events. Be there, passing out candy to the kids.
That's right.
Being a good role model for them, being involved. And I saw that you could do the most good 10 years ago. And so I knew that eventually my goal was to run for sheriff of Clinch County. That's one of those things you can't start talking about 10 years in advance. But I knew that's what I wanted to do a long time ago. Just because I want to be there for the people of Clinch County.
That's right, man. And being with the city, like you said, with the mayor and all that, you got the 4th of July stuff, some of the accomplishments you had done with the city, some of the highlights, I'm sure Tell us a little bit about some of them, man.
It's like the 4th of July. It's not just about the fireworks and the party.
That's right.
What I looked at is used to there was the Timberland Jubilee. Brought a lot of, and had the big street dance. Brought a lot of people to Homerville. A long time ago, that kind of, like lots of things, it ran its course. It played out. I know there was lots of people tried to bring it back, but once something's been here and been successful and then gone, it's hard to bring it back. So what our Better Hometown program did is they started having smaller events throughout the year. But like the 4th of July, what that did for people is it's expensive to take a family with 3 kids or 4 kids or just one kid. It's expensive to take them to Valdosta because you've got to go out to eat and go watch the fireworks and you spend money. What we did at the city is we had a 4th of July day, and all day long we had slides, water slides. You've helped me.
Yeah.
There's no telling how many hot dogs I've cooked right there on those pine trees.
That's right.
And we gave them away, and it's just providing something for free, a service for the community, making it a better place. We've had the dances out at the rec park. We've had the fireworks. And on the 4th of July, the whole rec park is full, all the way up to the highways, to the Forest Commission.
And now you had the Fall Festival. Y'all even tied it into the Fall Festival.
It brings, and we have people from out of town coming to Homerville. It's like a big football game. Anytime you have football games, splash dollars. They go up, they buy gas in Homerville. They eat at the Dairy Queen. You know, they eat around town. But it helps our community, but it helps our local citizens be able to have something right here in Clinch County, and they don't have to go outside of the county, and they don't have to go spend their money in Valdosta or Waycross or Douglas.
Well, man, that's going to lead us into our first break. We're going to take it and hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be back to talk some more with Tom Kennedy. We'll be right back.
Homerville Jewelers on East Dame Avenue is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. If you're looking for that special gift for the bride and groom or that perfect gift for the new baby, look no further. We also have a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces, and can perform jewelry repair. No need to shop out of town. We can supply all of your gift and jewelry needs. Let Vicki Young and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville.
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-Go, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
And then along came Walker Jones.
You know Walker Jones is the automotive superstore. But did you know we're also the Super Service Center? That's right. With more than 56 bays, Walker Jones does as much service on all major brands as all the other service centers in town combined. And we're loaded with experienced professional ASC certified mechanics to get the job done right the first time.
Hey, I'm Jim, coming down to see us for service at the home of the Lifetime Warranty. Lifetime.
You're watching
Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Handley, live here on Sports Talk. My good buddy Tom Kennedy, sidekick on Friday night. Man, it feels like it's football season up here talking, man.
Missing some of Miss Lisa's pies.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't have any pies to start this tonight.
Baseball season, we didn't get to do baseball season because of the virus, of course. So, man, and that's the best meals. I know you get some during football, but
yeah.
Baseball is the best meals, man. Potato salad, baked beans, chicken. We didn't get none of that this year. We didn't do but 3 games. Tom, last night, man, they put the debate on. I thought everybody did well. What are some of the highlights that they discussed last night that are important to you that come up during the debate?
Yeah. Well, Alan, the first thing about the debate last night is one thing I took away from that is all the candidates, not just for sheriff, but for the county commissioners, the school board, the probate judge. Everybody stayed positive last night.
That's right.
And that means a lot, and that lets you know that we've got a lot of good candidates running for everything.
A small town.
It is a small town. Everybody stayed positive, and that's important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but one of the highlights. You mean like what questions they asked?
Yeah, what questions were you that you
one of the main
touch
things,
on?
One of the things talked about the most between the county commissioners and the sheriff's department was that jail.
That's right.
You know, I've talked to several people afterwards, and basically what everybody took away from the jail is I think a lot of people would like to have it, but it's going to cost a lot of money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'll break it down a little bit for you with the numbers on the jail. I think there was a study done before they closed the jail to renovate it, what it would take to renovate the jail, and that's somewhere, if we fixed our jail, that's somewhere around $1 million. And that study was done 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, $1 million don't get you what it used
That's
to.
That's right. The problem with building a new jail, the best I can understand, it'd be like building a new fire station. You know that fire station on the way to Valdosta on 84 on the right-hand side? If Clinch County was to build a new fire station, we'd basically have to build one just like that because there's requirements when you're building a new facility.
Well, it all has to be handicapped, just like they did at the rec
Well, it's
park.
not just that. It's got to withstand a certain amount of flood water. It's not going to. We're not going to get 5 feet of flood water in Clinch County.
That's right.
You know, but it's still got to be able to sustain that. It's got to be able to sustain a certain amount of winds, and so you've got to build it to regulations by the federal government. So the cheapest way to do it would be to fix our jail now, which is right here in the middle of Homerville. So we'd have to fix that. But once you do that, you've got to hire a lot more employees. That costs a lot of money, but it's also creating jobs.
That's right.
So it costs a lot of money in one way, but it's creating jobs on another side. For every employee, it costs about $12,000 for insurance. You know, and a standard police, you know, the starting salaries for most of our sheriff's departments is around $30,000. So if the jailers are getting paid the same, and you'd about have to pay them that much to get good jailers and get them trained to create good jobs, you're talking about $40,000 an employee. I mean, if you got to have 10 of them, that's an extra $400,000. The only way you might could do it is there's grants that you can get to house federal inmates, but you've got to have a contract with the federal government, and then you've got to keep them a certain amount of beds supplied. That way, when they need to house those inmates, you can house them in Clinch County. So there's the question, do we want to house federal inmates in Clinch County as well?
That's right. Now, some of them brought up even a tri-county jail, Tom. Is that something you'd
I think we have to entertain all ideas because we would be able to split the cost with everybody, but who's going to be in charge of it? Which county is it going to be in? Is it going to be in Lanier County, Atkinson County, Clinch County? Where's it going to be located? How big is it going to be? Because now a jail for Clinch County might cost $2 million, but a jail big enough for 3 counties, you can't build that jail for $2 million. No. It's going to cost $5 or $6 million at least. You know, so you're still getting back into a lot of money. It's one of those things that I think it's been brought up a lot because it got closed since the last election.
Yeah.
So it's a hot topic. But it's one of those that I think everybody would like to have a jail in Clinch County, but can we afford it?
Well, and it's like talking to people around the community and taxpayers that, you know, they don't like to give another county the money, and, you know, they look at it, well, we're paying Coffee County or Ware County money to house our prisoners.
That's
and,
right.
and a lot of people don't like that.
Yep, that's
you know.
right. Well, Alan, and it does cost a lot. I mean, it's costing over $400,000 a year to Coffee County. That's what it's costing. And it takes deputies' times to take somebody to jail, to bring them back for first appearance, to take them back, to bring them back. It takes a lot of time when they could be patrolling. Like I said, there's not a great one-word answer, yes, we're going to do this, or no, we're not. There's just a lot of variables you've got to look into, and you've got to present it to the county commissioners, you've got to present it to the county, and then try to make the best decision you can with actual real numbers in front of them, because right now I don't think anybody has done a study and says this is what it's going to cost to build a jail in Clinch County.
That's right.
So it's all kind of speculation. But, it's basically which idea do you want to throw out there that everybody's going to like.
That's right, man. Another topic that came up last night at the debate, and which is a big one, and every family has this problem, is drug related.
That's right.
The drug issue.
That's right.
What ways do you see that you would do different, Tom?
Well, Clinch County right now, the methamphetamine and the pills are a horrible problem in Clinch County. And that problem's growing all across the country. It is. I've talked with several other sheriffs in surrounding counties, because our drug problem and their drug problem doesn't stop at the county line.
That's right.
It's going from Lanier County to Clinch County, from Eccles County to Clinch County. It's two-part. We've got to work it harder. Getting out and talking to people before the coronavirus, there's lots of stories of, man, my kids can't play out in the street because 3 houses down,
that's right,
they're making meth. They're transporting a lot of meth into Clinch County, but there's a lot of meth being made. There's a lot of methamphetamine labs in Clinch County, and it's going to take the proper training to be able, because if you walk in on a meth lab, you got to be careful. It can blow up.
Yeah.
You can't just walk in there. You know, it costs a lot of money
down
to call people in to tear those down. So you've got to get the proper training, and the best way to do that is do something with a tri-county, with Lanier County, with Axon County, with Eccles County, and work together. The other thing is people say you got to go at it like it's your job. What that means is you've got to start early, you've got to stay late, you've got to put in the hours, you've got to work all night long, you've got to work all day. You don't just work Monday through Friday 8 to 5 or from 9 o'clock at night till 11 o'clock at night. You've got to work constantly at it. And as sheriff, you can do that, you know. The other thing is education, part of it. What I said last night, a lot of the pill problems start with a young teenager getting pain pills out of their grandparents' cabinet, out of their parents' cabinet, and then it escalates from there. We've got to do a good job of working with our young people on education of what's going on, and also of the parents of Clinch County and grandparents of Clinch County, teach them what to look for and to lock up their medicine.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a lot of it starts right there at home, and the parents not knowing, and it's being taken out of medicine cabinets. So there's a lot of ways we can fight it, and there's not one solution. The solution is just fight it hard.
Yeah, and everybody
and get help and go after it just as hard as you can go after it. And you're never going to make it all go away, but we can slow it down some.
That's right. And Tom, you're running for sheriff. Tell a little bit about what you've done your whole life. You've got a job now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right. That's right.
Let the people know. I mean, what you're going to give up to run for sheriff.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Alan, it's been tough. It's been a tough decision, because as mayor and city council, I was able to keep my job. I work with my brother. I go to work every day with one of my best friends.
That's right.
We've worked together for I don't know how many years now, and I don't remember the last time we argued. I enjoy getting up and going to work. It's a family business. It's something that when I was little, you asked me what I wanted to do. I wanted to plant pine trees.
Drive the tractor.
I want to drive a tractor, you know. But so I'm going to have to give that up, because I can't go work daylight to dark in the tree planting woods and be sheriff. But that lets you know how important it is to me to make Clinch County a better place, because I'm willing to give that up for this job. Because I try to teach my children, when you can do something good for people and you can help people and you're able to, then you got to do it.
That's right.
You got to do the best you can and do all the good you can do. And I feel like it's my time to step up and do that. You know, and the best way I can do that is by serving Clinch County as the next sheriff.
All right, man. Well, that's going to lead us into another break, and we'll hear a word from our sponsors. We'll come back with Tom Kennedy. We'll be right back.
Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers!
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ. Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation. At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll, 912-490-7142. Jerry J's Hog and Bones in Homerville is the restaurant for any time of day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or that special holiday meal. From pancakes to pulled pork and chicken salad to ribeye steak, Jerry J's Hog and Bones has the best food and service around. Oh yeah, and don't forget our great catering service. Go Panthers! For the best pizza and wings in town any day of the week, check out Huey's One Stop in Homerville. Drop by, fuel up, and let Mr. Nick Patel and staff serve you some mouth-watering pizza and wings that you won't soon forget. Or just take that favorite pizza and box of wings home. Call 912-487-2338 to order your pizza and wings every Friday night after the game. Huey's One Stop, 193 Church Street, Homerville.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Henley, live here on Sports Talk. My good buddy, Tom Kennedy, who is also running for sheriff for Clinch County. Tom, we were talking last night. We had a great debate. Got to see all the candidates and everything that's running in Clinch County, man. And another big issue that come up was the vehicles, trucks, and employees. Man,
Yep.
what? Give us your take on that, man.
All right. Well, let's start with employees. Right now, the Sheriff's Department employs 13 to 14 people. You know, it fluctuates, and I don't know exactly how many's there now, but it's 13, 14. The budget year ended in 2019. When you look at that budget, the salaries for those 13 or 14 people were around $400,000, $420,000. 8 or 9 of those are patrolmen, and the rest are office staff. By the time you add the insurance benefits to that, it's another $10,000, $12,000 an employee. You're up there at $600,000 a year for Clinch County for employees.
13 employees.
That's 13, 14 employees. Clinch County's got a great sheriff's department and staff. You know, you've got deputies that's been there for forever.
That's right, a lot of experience.
For a lot of experience, and money can't buy that type of experience. I grew up right down the road from Mr. Lamar Langford. I spent as much time in his house as I did my own. I've watched him. He's a prime example of our deputies. Our deputies have respect of people of Clinch County. I'd love to be able to hire 3 or 4 more people for the sheriff's department, but you can't afford it.
No, that's right.
And the employees we've got there now are doing a great job. So we don't need to hire more employees when they're doing a good job. I would change the management of the sheriff's department. You know, that's what I want to focus on, is changing that, not our employees. They're doing a great job. They get up and put their lives on the line every day, you know. That's right. And they need to be recognized for that. So there's a lot of talk about who you're going to replace, what are you going to do. I don't want to replace any of them, any of the deputies or the office staff. When we talk about the vehicles, Alan, there's several hundred miles of dirt roads in Clinch County.
Oh my Lord, yeah.
Okay.
More than that, I would figure way more than that.
Well, yeah, and there's over 800 square miles of landmass in Clinch County. Clinch County's, and it depends on which website you look at, it's either the 3rd or 4th largest. I've always heard we're the 3rd largest county in the state of Georgia. We're almost tied with one other county by about 7 square miles. You know, so some websites say we're the 4th, most of them say we're 3rd. But anyway, we're big. Okay, it takes a lot of miles to cover this county. Okay, if you don't buy new vehicles, every 4 or 5 years you're going to go broke working on them, and you're going to end up having to replace 4 or 5 at a time. So you've got to keep 1 or 2 rotating out every year. But there's grants you can do that with. There's ways to do that, find money for that. And that's what you've got to work on. But we have to get the new vehicles.
Yeah, you have to.
You don't have a choice. I mean, I don't want to be in an emergency situation and go into a call and my truck break down on the way. That's right. You know, and there's an emergency, somebody waiting on you and you're broke down on the side of the highway. So you've got to keep good equipment. You got to keep good trucks.
Well, last night it also, a couple of the candidates brought up putting a full-time deputy in Fargo. And it made sense. You know, you got somebody out there on the Pearson Highway, the county line, having to go to Fargo. Is that something you would look at doing, Tom?
There used to be a deputy in Fargo, and that's great. And it's easy to say, we're going to put deputies in Fargo. And I want a deputy in Fargo, but you've got to get somebody to move down there. You got to pay them to get down to Fargo. And that's going to take having somebody local that wants to be a deputy that wants to move to Fargo. And we're going to look for local people that want to come on the sheriff's department when there is a turnover. Fargo, I spent a lot of time in Fargo. My wife's family's from Fargo. My kids love it down there. I work down there a lot. I spend a lot of time. Fargo people, they won't send my trucks to slow down going through the middle of Fargo. No, that's a big thing for them. I mean, and
they got a dollar store now.
Yeah, well, that's right. And you walk out of a restaurant and trucks flying by. That's not a hard fix. It just takes a presence. And even if somebody's not living in Fargo, you can still be in Fargo. You can still stay down there, you know, patrol in Fargo to be there for the citizens.
That's right.
Not try to harass them and write tickets to the local people, but be there for them. And that's what we're going to make sure we do.
Oh, man, that's good. Man, you did a great job last night. We appreciate you taking the time to come in. I'm going to give you a last couple of minutes to talk to the voters of Clinch County and tell them why they should vote for Tom Kennedy.
Well, I appreciate it. And Alan, first I'd like to thank Creekbox TV and Mr. Berry and Sutton for having me on. And Alan, I'm looking forward to football season coming up soon. Maybe they'll be able to have graduation soon, and maybe we can announce graduation together.
Right.
So
That's right.
I've always enjoyed being on Creekbox. The main thing I want the citizens of Clinch County to understand about me is I'm going to be there for the citizens of Clinch County. I will be there for you. When you need me, we're going to be there. I'm going to make our sheriff's department a proactive sheriff's department. We're going to work to build better, stronger relationships between the sheriff's department and the citizens of Clinch County, because the citizens of Clinch County are our greatest asset.
That's right.
And we've got to utilize that asset. And the better relationships we have with the citizens, the more we'll work together. And it's about being there for everybody. It's about being in Argyle, being in Fargo, being in DuPont, being out there in Arabia Bay, you know, being in Cogdale. You've got to be all over Clinch County, and it just takes commitment. And if you elect me as your sheriff, that's what I'm going to give you.
Oh, man.
I'm going to make sure I'm there for everybody in Clinch County.
And we want to remind everybody to vote. Early voting starts May the 18th, Monday.
Yep, Monday.
And
Monday.
then the primary election is June the 9th. So, Tom, man, we appreciate you coming in. Hope to have you back here in a little bit. We can talk
Yep.
some more Sheriff's Department, man.
All right. Thank you, Al.
Thank you. We'll see everybody next week.
You're watching Creekbox TV.